Hi everyone, it's Sue here back for another shop edition video. In the previous episode where I am transforming my garage into a workshop, I was able to apply a DIY epoxy on the floors, give a quick refresh on my stairs railing, organize my hardwood lumber. While the left side looks okay, the rest of the shop look like this, and this, and this. We'll be focusing on this wall here. I want to build storage for everything DIY, like plumbing, electrical, drywall tools, and anything that can fit on a skinny cabinet pretty much. First thing I did was stop by the dollar store to get some containers. I also got some Husky workbench from husband as my Christmas gift, which was very exciting, and that was something that I was on my wish list for a while now. As material goes, I'm starting with what I have available in the shop before I spend any extra money. You probably know that I don't like to spend so much money on the shop furniture because I have been building, my shop cabinets using scrap wood for I don't know 80 years now. But right now, this is my dream home, and at the same time, I do want to the shop to be my dream space. First, I got some bookshelves that I built a while ago for my husband's office and turned out to be in the shop for the last 2 years. So I wanted to use this because I use nice maple plywood to build and I do not want to get rid of it. Could you ask for help? Yes. My husband's probably inside at this moment, but I would have to wait for him to finish whatever he's doing, and that could take a day. I'm kidding. Sometimes I just underestimate how complicated things can be done when I do alone. But I never understand why I have back pain every single day. Honestly, I'm not sure why. I secure the whole thing with the screws on the studs before move on to the next steps. Pause for a little bit of coffee because I am cold. So far, I have been just organizing things, put things inside of the shelf the way I feel like it. That's what I'm doing. Just behind the scenes because it's just hard for me to keep the camera on for that long. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing now. Put everything in there. I'll check in with the guys in a few seconds. I was very excited to find a place for everything, and while I was organizing the bookcase, I decided to open some boxes and put things away. I pretty much spent the rest of the day doing this with both benches, and I was able to clear so much space in the shop getting rid of my boxes. Also, while I was at it, the TV got hung up on the wall, which I'm still figuring out how to turn on this TV because I don't have an outlet on this wall, but this is a problem for later me. So at this point, my plan was to add this melamine top and this whole project would be done. Except I still wanted more storage. So I kept adding things and nothing you see here was planned from now on. I decided to just go with the flow. This is my favorite way to build things. I understand that planning your project leads to better finish, less problems throughout the project, and that works for me when I decide to plan. But at the same time, doesn't work for me because I never go with the plan 100%. And I like to feel creative, and sometimes the challenge that I have that I encounter in every situation makes the project more unique because you have to find ways to deal with it. But again, each person has their own way to work and always work fine in the end as long as you create more. I found this piece of alder cut into an angle in my scrap pile. It was already cut, so I don't know exactly which angle it is, but I decided to use to hold my clamps. Work it perfectly for my pipe clamps. So if you have tons of pipe clamps, this is the best way to organize them. Cutting one edge into an angle and screwing to the wall like a French clit. Amazing. But the problem is it didn't work as well to the rest of the clamp, so I have to adjust the plan, even though I didn't actually have a plan. Now that all the empty space was filled, it was time to cut the doors and hide all the ugliness. The best way to hide the messes is just closing it up. I mean, I try to organize, but I have so much stuff that it still looks cluttered to me. But I will fix that right now. For the doors, I'm using walnut particle board core. The electrical part in my shop it's not done and won't be done for a few months, so at the moment I have to choose between the heater and my dust extractor. The good news is the dual tomato sauce dust bag works pretty well for now. What you saw me was me cutting a bunch of parts and I'm building a basic cabinet situation. Should I build before and place in? Yes, probably. But again, this was not a part of the plan. Today it's pretty much the day 3, and I'm trying to be warm, a little bit more warmer to start working. My hands are freezing, and it's hard for me to work with gloves because I just don't have the same. Sorry, this the camera shaked. I don't have the same. I don't know, creative juices. I would say when I have gloves on. So that it's the sheet. I have about 13 sheets of walnut particle board. Was a mistake. It was actually a mistake I bought on Facebook Marketplace. I saw someone selling those walnut plywood, and I mean, I couldn't, I didn't have to buy, to be honest. So what happened is I found this pieces on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't know because I couldn't see the sides. So then I asked the person that was selling, is it MDF or it's plywood core? Because I'm very interested. The price was like really good. Okay, it was like about $40 per sheet. And I was like, even if it's MDF, totally worth it because I know that walnut full sheet of 3/4 inch plywood or MDF, like MDF would be about $150 or more. I think it would probably be more maybe 180, I would say. So for $40 each one, I think it was totally worth it. So the guy said was MDF. I was like, okay, he has 13 sheets. What I'm gonna do? Can you deliver? I mean, I pay for like a normal price for delivery if I was going to buy for like Home Depot or something, like $70. So he delivered all 13 sheets, and then when we got home, I saw there was not MDF, and it was not plywood, it was particle board. So then I was like, I hate particle boards so much. What I'm gonna do? I hate to work with plywood. They're so heavy. They're not good material. But the
the veneer looks so good, and the price was pretty good too. So I was like, you know what, I will find a project that looks good for this. Maybe it can be my shop projects because I don't want to spend that much money, but I still want to look good. Or I can just, I don't know, use it for like things that doesn't require so much weight. Because I know plywood, particle board, you can't actually add too much weight on it because it's very, very fragile. Anyway, so I kept all 13. I didn't know what to do. I have been literally in the middle of my shop for about, I don't know, 6 months, maybe more. So I felt like this was a great project for to use those pieces. I'm gonna cut the piece that's right here. It's right here, okay? And I'm gonna cut into strips because I wanted to take two shelves out of this place, this thing, okay? Because it's beautiful, but I have other pieces that are also beautiful, and I think will probably work fine.
When I cut the depth of the shelf, I forgot to count for the doorstop trim that I added. So I placed it in, the divider was pulling out a little bit, so I cut a notch to be able to fit and fit really nice. I pretty much built these things to fit shallow pieces of, shallow stuff that was less than 11 inches. This cabinet turned out to be 13 inches deep, so I didn't have too many small things that I could store inside, which is good because honestly, I don't need to fill the cabinet right away. And now I'm cutting the rest of the door so I can install everything. Before the doors are installed, I add some wood filler, in my case, leftover drywall mud that works really great. Let it dry overnight, but before I call the day, I cut some pegboard and I wanted to hide as much as I can so, I don't see clutter. So I decided to install the pegboards on the side of the cabinets to store more DIY tools that would not go inside. So on this side was just like a small section, but the other side was the full length, which was great. I gave a quick clean in the shop, and the next day I sanded everything, I painted everything, and it started working on the final touches. Thanks so much for watching. The next video I'll be sharing my new mother soil station. So if you don't want to miss the next video or any video, please subscribe to my channel and see you soon. Bye!